that everything goes downhill. All the events from that point are actually, in Act 3, everything from that point starts going towards a tragedy. And what is a tragedy? It's a play that has a tragic ending, yes. And so it's where it has a sad ending, okay? And so from everything from there goes downhill. We see in scene 3, and this is where Romeo has gone to comfort Juliet, and they've had their honeymoon. They were just married, okay? And they've had their honeymoon, and he is going to he's at her house, and she says that was the nightingale that you heard. A nightingale is a bird that only comes out like at night. And he said, no, dear, that was the lark. Okay, the lark is what comes out, the birds that come out in the very morning. Okay, and he's got to leave before it actually gets daylight so that he can go to Mantua, so that he can, he's got to go. Because if he's found there, they're going to kill him. Okay, and so she keeps telling him, no, and Romeo says, you know what? It's okay. I'm on the top of 369. He says, come death and welcome, Juliet wills it so, house my soul. Basically, he says, it's okay. I could die a happy man. Let him come if that's what you want. I could die a happy man because you are my wife and you have said that you love me. And she's like, no. Okay, you gotta go. It's time for you to leave. I don't want you to go, but it's time for you to leave. In comes the nurse. And the nurse tells them, says, your mother's coming to your bedroom, and you guys need to go your separate ways. And Romeo says, farewell, with one kiss, and I'll descend. And Juliet says, oh, art thou gone, my lord, my love, my friend? I must hear from you every day. Okay? I must hear from thee every day in the hour. And he says, farewell, I don't know if we'll ever meet again. And it's kind of sad if you think about it. Turn to page 370. It's kind of sad if you think about it because they just got married. And now he's banished. He can no longer be in the city. And she doesn't ever know when she'll see him again. I mean, that's kind of sad. All right. Now, why do you think Lady Capulet is coming to Juliet's room? She's asking about the wedding to Paris. Okay. Why is Capulet getting? Why does he feel like it's important for her to get married now? So she won't feel sad. He thinks she's so sad about Tybalt's death, but that has really nothing to do with it at all. Okay. Who would like to be Lady Capulet today? We're going to start our reading on line 64. She comes in, daughter, you up. We're going to start on line 64. Who would like to be Lady Capulet? Right? Thank you. I have a Lady Capulet. I need a Juliet. Thank you. I have a Juliet. I need a nurse. Okay, I have a nurse. I need a Capulet. Chris, you can be my Capulet. Okay. All right. We're going to read this very quickly. We are going to look specifically at how these main events, how the characters in those main events, how they advance the plot of this play. It's very important, and I'm not going to remind you over and over and over, but you're going to put those phones up one way or the other. Either we'll take them up and they'll sit on my desk. Okay, we're going to put them up. You've got to pay attention to what's going on. All right, we're going to start with Lady Capulet on line 64. Who is it?
Who is it that calls? It is not my lady mother. Is she not gone so late or so early? One unaccustomed cause for procedures. Madam, I am not well. What wilt thou wash him for his treasure to thee? And if thou couldst not make him. Therefore I tell you, some men shows much love, but much of grace shows still some work. Yeah, let me such a feeling.
So Lady Capulet thinks she's upset over Tybalt's death as well. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Feelings of the loss I cannot choose, but well, girl, thou weepst not so much for his death, as that the news which slaughtered him. What villain? That same villain Romeo. Villain, and he be many miles asunder. Good part of him I do with all my heart, and yet no man will please God for his heart.
All right, when she gives that aside, who is she speaking to specifically? She's talking directly to the audience because Lady Capulet just said, you should be weeping for that villain Romeo that killed him because we're going to get him. Okay, we're going to get him. And Juliet tells the audience, I do grieve. My heart does grieve for him in a different meaning, obviously, than what Lady Capulet means. Okay, because Juliet's like, I miss him already. Okay, all right, keep going.
Hey, madam, from the reach of his hands, none that I finish my present. He will have been his boy, without all, he grieve no more. I'll soon to
Mantua,
when that same man
renegade.
thoughtfully shall give construction unaccustomed training, as he shall soon keep to full company, and I put that will be satisfied.
All right, she makes a little statement here. She says, I wish I could just send somebody with some poison and give it to him in Mantua. Okay, it's kind of a little foreshadowing. Go ahead, Juliet.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied. Romeo tried the whole heap. Is my poor heart so for a king's index? Madam, if you could find out the man to bear poison, I would protect it. If that Romeo should upon receive it to shoot such a fire, oh, my heart of words.
Just keep going.
Take your command, you cannot punish me. So as the love I bore my presence to, upon his body that hate slaughtered me. Honor me, not honor which man. For now I'll tell the joyful tidings girl. And joy comes well in such community time, where they have beseech your ladyship.
So Lady Capulet says, well, all this is true, but I have some joyful news to give you. Okay? All right, continue.
Well, thou hast the chief father, child, one who is good in something thy heaviness. I've sworn out a 7 days joy, that thou expects not nor not for. Madam, in half the time, what day is that? Mary, my child, early next Thursday morning, the gallant young and noble gentleman, the country fairs at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make me there, enjoy the run. Now, by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed. Ere he that should be husband comes to live. I pray you tell my lord and father and mother, I will not marry yet, and when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news.
All right, so Juliet responds the same way we would expect them to respond, right? So Lady Capulet comes in and says, you're going to marry on this Thursday to County Paris. And she says, now by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me therefore a joyful bride. I'd rather marry Romeo, who you know I hate, than to marry him. I'm not going to marry him. Okay? Let's keep going. Now, let's keep going.
You but your father, come unto yourself, and see how he will send it that shall be.
When the sun sets, it rains Or if I do this, it will be soft. Like the winds, sun, the rain, the tears, age, with, without except so this talk about found out life, and we delivered to her now.
Great.
Hey, sir, but she will not. She gives you names. I will refrain from marriage and fifth grade.
All right. There comes a time that all of us at certain points in our lives have crossed the line and we've gone too far. We've done something that we shouldn't have done. Okay? Capulet and Lady Capulet, more so Capulet, goes too far here as a parent. Okay? It says things that they should not have said. Okay? Lady Capulet, here's the first one that she says. She says, whoever marries her is a fool. I feel sorry for whoever has to marry her. Okay? Capulet has a temper, and he's going to go off. He's going to lose his temper in this episode. All right, Capulet, speak up, son, so I can hear you, okay? Soft, take me with you.
Song to you, take you, like, how is she not, she gives us things. Is she not proud? She not unworthy that she is.
Rot.
That lost and something.
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud I can never be of what I hate, but thankful that you can hate what I
How.
Chop logic.
What is this proud? And I thank you. And I thank you not. And yet, when I'm proud, distress, feeling of you. But little bond is John served in the eggs to oath with bears to safety. For I will drag or how your free sickness, carrying out that which is how it is.
He says, what is this chop logic? What is this nonsense that you talk? Thank you, but no thank you. Okay? He says, I tell you what, girl, you get to that church on Thursday, okay? Or I'll drag you there myself. Okay? He says, out you tallow face. Okay? Out you green sickness, you dead piece of flesh. You baggage. You an anemic, pale-faced coward. Okay? He kind of goes off and calls her a bunch of names. Okay? All right? Fine.
What? Are you married?
Dear Father, I beseech you on my knees.
Hear me.
Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Wretch. Okay, he says this is where he goes too far. He says, you should just go out and hang yourself. Okay? You get to that church, that's too far. Get out there to the church on Thursday, or don't you ever look at me, speak to me ever again. He says, I thought we were blessed in having this one daughter, and now I see that we had one child too many. Okay? In other words, I wish you were never born. That's too far, right? That's way too far. He's lost his temper. Okay? All right, let's finish this up. Nurse?
And why my people hold your tongue, live praise, smarter, busier,
Gossips. God he got in.
For here God's grace indicates that they might carry home toward walking or seeking your life.
Heritage. Portion. Wretched. Puling. Not weed, honey. Wed.
I do not birthday is with lazy heart. And you be my obviously and you be not any day straight without the streets of my soul and your knowledge. Lord, let me shout at you.
Very good. All right, he says, my God, it makes me so mad. I found you the perfect husband, okay? And you're not appreciative. You're not thankful for it. You're not grateful for it. He said, I tell you what, you get yourself to that church on Thursday, or you'll never live in my house ever again. You'll never use any of my money again. I don't care if you hang, beg, starve, die in the street. I'll never have anything else to do with you. Okay? Now, I'm not telling you that this is the right thing to do. But I probably would have said deuces and left. That's probably what I would have done. That's my personality. I'm not. He gets so mad at her that he tells her, I don't care. You'll never, ever get to any of my money. You won't get to stay in my house. Okay? All right, Juliet?
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees you to the bottom of the deep? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month and a week. Or if you do not, I'll make the bride of them. In that being modern, you break the line.
She's asked Lady Capulet to do what? Delay this marriage. Put it off a week, a month. Look what Lady Capulet says. Do what you want to. Don't talk to me. I'm done with you. Okay? So her mother says this. Then she goes to the nurse.
Oh God, oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith is heavy. How shall that faith return again to earth, unless that husband send it me from heaven? By leaving earth, comfort me, alack, alack, that heaven should practice
Stratagems.
upon the flock of such as myself. What hast thou not over joy, some comfort nurse?
Romeo is mentioned all of the that he did come back to challenge you, or if he do, it means must leave us.
Still.
He insists the taste of so as now we found it. I feel the best you man with the touch. Oh, he's a loving gentleman. Romeo just walks to me. He did not so good, so so fair and kind. Our spirits are very hard. I think you are happy in the second match. For this next city, your first. Or if it's not, if it is not, your first is good. Or looking as good as good keyboard as what it should be. You know.
So the nurse tells Juliet to, I think you should just marry County Paris. Okay? Romeo's banished. I think you should just marry County Paris and go on. So it's at this point that Juliet is desperate and she realizes that that she has no one. You know, there's no one that she can turn to. Everybody has given up on her. Her dad says, I don't care what you do, you're not going to live in my house if you don't marry him. Her mom says, don't speak to me no more. And now the nurse, the one that she's the closest to, tells her that I think you should just marry Paris. Okay? Juliet?
Speak thou, this from thy heart, and from my soul too, else you choose me not. On me. What thou hast comforted me, marvelous much. No one until my baby I am gone. Having displeased my father, so it warrants a song. To make confession and to be exalted.
Very obvious. This is wise to go.
Ancient damnation, almost with food, it is more to sin to wish you best forsworn, or to dispraise my Lord with the same tongue, which she had praised him with above compare, so many thousand times. No counsel, thou in my bosom henceforth shall be trained. I'll to be friar to merit and remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to find.
So where is Juliet going?
To the person that married.
To Friar Lawrence's. And what is she going to pretend that she's going? To she's pretend she's going to confession. Okay, what happened the last time she was going to confession? She got married. Okay, so this time she's going to say she's going to confession, but she's going to Friar Lawrence's and she's going to ask for his advice. She's going to ask him to help her out of this situation. What can I do to get out of this? You know, here they're wanting me to marry Paris. I'm not going to marry Paris. I'm already married to Romeo. And she basically says, he can help me or I have the power to die. Okay? She's desperate, if you can say. All right, I need for you to close your book. You're not allowed to use your book on this one, okay? Now, we are going to take a short quick assessment, okay? And in this short, quick little assessment, I am not taking a grade on it. I am just simply trying to see, do you know what's going on? You have 5 minutes starting as soon as I give you, okay? It does not, I'm not taking a grade. I just need to know what you know. If you don't know how to spell it, do the best you can. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Do the best you can. If you don't know how to spell it, okay? Do the best you can. It's okay. It's okay. This does not count as a grade. I just need to know. Answer the ones you know. Okay? Answer the ones you know. Time's up. All right. Do I have everyone's? All right, good. All right. I need on this side, okay, I need Danny, Isaiah, Tanner, Bree, Elizabeth, Cecilia, and Chris. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Millie. Okay, everybody else is on this side. Okay, so if I pause there, 1, 8, Danny, Isaiah, Chris, Millie, Cecilia, Elizabeth, Bree, and Tanner. Okay, everybody else is over here. Everybody else is on this side. Okay, is that everybody? Alright. What we are doing here is a timeline of events. Okay? Timeline of events. Look at your directions at the top.
We're gonna hold tight, okay? So
Right now.
I'm gonna
Make
shoot
sure
around.
that
I'll be
you
your pick up
see
right
how
on
it
here,
goes from
okay?
one side to the other.
Right on here. We'll get to the time.
Okay. So, oh, you got it. All right, if you look at the top, you are creating a timeline of events that obviously we can use the word. Okay. Obviously, we can use the words. So, we're going to start on this. This is a year 3. Okay. Now, there are 10 different spaces or events. Okay.
I'm not sure.
I want you to have at least 9.
All right, so for
Okay.
on the timeline,
Main
okay?
events. Okay. And you can
Creating a
take
timeline for
away
the scene,
out of any
right?
scene.
Remember, this is a
If we had to look at
tragedy.
the
This is a
first
tragedy.
main
Make
event
something a tragedy,
that takes place in Act 3.
right?
What's the main thing? What's the main?
You consider what happened in the
main
scene,
thing that
tragic, couple tragic things, right?
starts?
What would be the first tragic thing you think?
Okay.
Was the tipping point?
See
As
what
we
I'm
look
saying?
at,
The
we
main-
just did a timeline for Act 3 in
Okay.
the play,
So
and you looked at what
let's
set
start
things
off,
in
you're
motion.
gonna write on
What
the
was the
line.
first event that set
Okay,
things
see
in
how
motion?
you write your lines?
Whenever they,
Okay,
okay, what happened when they,
right, so we're gonna start on the left,
and who got killed?
okay? Start
I,
where
very good. So our first,
Tybalt,
right, in the
now I'll give you
timeline,
names,
we were
we're
doing
talking
that.
about characters.
This act
Okay,
is going
give
to
you
be
names. Tybalt,
kills Mercutio. That's the first main.
Awesome. Awesome. So that one we'll write down, okay? So go ahead and write that on your timeline.
Maybe you can,
In the
it doesn't
box,
really matter.
I want you to write a symbol.
Starts with the left here.
Sure.
And it goes left,
You'll
right,
remember that.
left, right. Okay? But if you
You're
want
gonna
to
write
make
down
sure that I
typical
can follow your
That's the
timeline,
first thing that
if you'll number it
sets
1
everything
through
up. That's our
9,
tipping point.
and you'll
in our
number it,
timeline.
number 1 is this,
Then in the
number 2
box
is this,
above, and we'll
I'll
come back,
follow.
you know, through the fountain.
Okay?
Which is, you're gonna, when we get to the time, we'll write that.
Alright, so the very
Yeah,
first
Jim,
one is
right now,
the
just write the
typical
first one
kills Mercutio. Now, what could we
What we've
say
done is we've
in that
identified
box? What could be a
8
picture?
different
What could
steps
be,
along
even
the
if it's a
timeline.
stick picture?
And we're gonna go across, we're gonna
Could
go
be
with,
somebody laying on the ground.
you each have a card with an event that I've handed you from this act, right?
Could be.
And we're
So
actually
it's
going
in
to
everybody's body.
get everybody communicating, collaborating,
Or it could be
teamwork, working
small.
together, so that
Have
we
a
can
sword
stand up and
that
put our
symbolizes
timeline.
no staff.
You had the first card initially,
So
so
any
when we
of
get
the
to the
above.
second card, whatever that is,
I am
whatever
going
we
to
collectively
give you a
decide is that
pencil,
second event,
because you may
that
have
person will
to
start,
do it.
will stand. So I'll stand, I'll be number 1, right?
Like I
I'll be the
told
card
TJ,
that's
it goes
filled with
left,
Mercutio.
right, left, right,
And then we'll
left,
stand right
right.
here, the next to me will be that next
On
one.
the back,
We
the very
decide
last one,
collectively.
you won't have one
Okay.
before.
You understand what we're doing?
If
Sure?
you're not
So
sure,
they got that written
you can
down?
ask me, hey, is this the main event? What happens next? If
Don't
you
worry,
wanna
it's not
go
best you can, it's MERC.
you say, okay, after,
Right.
because I only want main events. I don't want
Okay.
all these,
Chris, you get
okay,
card?
that's part of
Alright,
the
stand up.
standards, being able to pick out.
Bring your card, get your pencils. Okay, so I'll be, let's push those chairs in, we'll make our line right here, okay? So I'm 1. Come on, bring your card, bring your card.
She said she didn't do
Oh, you did it, then you're number 1, perfect, come on, start us off. Very good, all right? So Tybalt kills Mercutio, everybody get in, come on. What do you think is after, what's the next event after Tybalt kills Mercutio? Go ahead and read yours, bud.
Romeo and Juliet have 2 front waves so that he can shoot to Martina.
Okay, go ahead. Read it. Just read it.
Yeah, I'll read it. Capulet tells Paris that Juliet will marry him
That
first.
is correct.
Okay.
That is
Go
correct.
ahead.
That is correct.
Okay.
Juliet goes to Friar Lawrence's cell to seek his advice.
That is correct.
Romeo kills Tybalt.
Romeo kills Tybalt. Good.
Capulet becomes angry at Juliet because she says she will not marry Paris.
Your group has to hear you. We gotta coordinate where we're gonna be. Go ahead.
The prince vanishes Romeo from
All right. So everybody's read their timeline, their event. What follows? What's number 2?
I'm not number 2.
Okay, go ahead. You want me to so go be number 2, Chris. Good. Okay. Because if we were in line right now, our timeline would be all messed up, right? Back and forth, okay? So we have, go ahead and read yours again. So we go. Set things in motion. To get revenge, we see. Read your card. Okay? What other events do we have for our timeline?
I think she read it.
Okay, what's yours? Read yours. You guys like that? Okay. There you go.
I don't know.
Okay, so we have, Philip, go ahead. Man. Awesome. Okay. Who's next? What next?
That's where they're married, so this is where they turn white. Got that one.
Next one. Good. Is that next?
I think it is.
So we have Tybalt kills Mercutio, Romeo kills Tybalt.
Yeah.
I want to I'm going to remind you guys that in any educational setting or any job you may have, and when you're learning, the best way to learn, the best way to, if I was fixing a car and I messed up, that's how I learned, right? I'm not doing that again. It took me 6 hours to fix that, right? Here's a better way to do it.
For the fourth
So,
main event, I went all
You've
the
got
way
to fail in order to really learn to have those lessons. Or if I'm riding my bike, start getting crazy with my speed,
You can add
I'm tired,
something here, and you
on the
might
phone
have,
biking,
you know, a
10th.
like, I'm probably gonna be a better bike rider after that experience. Don't you think? All right, go ahead. All right, so right now our timeline is, so good Mercutio. Yep, revenge. And Romeo, he's the opposites, banishing from Antwerp, good.
Romeo and Juliet have two-part ways, so we can escape.
Okay, good. Okay, now, what do we got?
I was gonna
Yeah, it's.
You get
What do
the
you,
fantasy
read
for it?
us yours, bud.
Juliet goes to fire alarms to sell the seat as a fire.
Juliet goes to,
Fact that he's Spanish.
Yeah, it is.
you guys agree, you think that's correct?
You're next.
Okay.
Capulet becomes angry
I
at
didn't
Juliet
put that.
because she said she will not marry Paris. Wait,
I didn't put that as your main event. I went all the way to C4. Now, if you put that one, that would be fine. We'll just have 10.
Yeah.
All right, so let's read off this at a time. Let's read it off and see if we like it. Yeah.
Okay,
Romeo
after,
and Juliet.
all right, so after C4, when,
Juliet goes to fire alarms.
after C4, when,
Capulet, tell them what? Thursday, okay?
Capulet becomes
Now it
angry at
comes
Juliet
to
because she said she will not marry Paris.
that's what we read today. What says this, what was at the very
Okay.
beginning?
Now, if we remember, when we were, during the reading, okay?
And this is the one that happened.
One something that stuck out to me is Juliet felt that she could no longer speak to her mother, no longer speak to her father, no longer speak to now the nurse, right? Remember the nurse finally changed her mind and said, I am
What
not,
happened then?
right? You need to marry Bears, do this. And now she's like, I have nobody I can talk to. But at the end of the day,
Well,
that's kind of how we exited the scene, right? So where does that one, where does that, to refresh your memory, where would that one go? So where, who's the seat council from Friar Lawrence? Good. Right, now we gotta square out these three, right? These seem really solid, right? I feel confident from the reading, these are solid. What's next? Go ahead and read yours again, Matt, bud.
Romeo and Juliet have two-part ways so that he can escape.
Okay, so we had, go ahead. Good. Escape, good. So after escape, right? What would happen? What do you got?
Capulet becomes angry at Juliet because she said.
before this happens,
And yours is?
this happens.
Read it, yeah, read it.
What happens?
So I can hear you.
here?
I can't hear you, and I'm right here. Go ahead. Thursday. Okay, good. So what was yours again?
Romeo and Juliet have two-part ways so that he can escape.
Okay, so the thing that kind of sets us off is, you two sort of think about this. What's, because of the force, right? Because I'm forcing the marriage to happen on Thursday. You don't know what a great, justice and service I've done for you to get you to marry someone from Prince Patronage, right, or parentage, right?
Now, the main thing that happens in these pages right here.
Oh. Right, so that's kind of, right, that's,
It's the main.
you set the tipping point, everything's going good, so Thursday, then what happened?
Romeo and Juliet have two-part ways so that he can escape.
Okay, so then they part ways, he's gotta get out of Mantua, right?
What's the main thing that happens right here?
Capulet becomes
The very
angry at
beginning.
Juliet because she said she will not marry
They're having their
That makes logical sense in the timeline, right? Good. Good, that couldn't happen before that, right? And then finally, what is Juliet?
That's next.
Juliet
said
goes
that-
to fire alarms
yes,
to
that is
sell
the main
to seek
event,
for
but that
advice.
Do we all feel good about our timeline? Okay, let's read it off. Go ahead. Bam. Huh? Tibble, yep. Revenge, good.
That's not.
Thursday marriage, it's gonna happen, right? It's gotta happen.
They have two-part ways so that he can escape.
He's gone. See you about it.
Capulet becomes angry at Juliet because she says she won't marry
Okay, so
Oh,
you
anger. Never sit on anger. Never sit on anger. Go ahead.
have to do, write down what's
Good.
Juliet goes with fire alarms to seek out the
Awesome. You like that? Okay, now we're gonna come back and we're gonna fill out those events on our timeline. We're gonna put that in the document, make sure we have a nice picture that represents that. It may be a dagger, the first one, maybe two daggers, the second, right? Something that's at the top and some reference to it. Good job. Really good job. Good teamwork. Thank you, sir.
Who was third?
I love it. Good job.
It's been. After the Paris, Juliet, and then Romeo has to leave.
Good job.
The next one deals. These parts right here, what do you do? Yes.
I remember after that told you. You emphasize the hanger, right? But that's just words. What's main event, right? And she literally did hang herself, right? Those are just, he was angry, threatening, all that kind of
That's the main one. Then he got angry.
stuff. There
Threatened
you
to
go.
disown her, right?
Who was that?
THREA.
They got part one.
TN.
Is that Romeo? That Breughel. What? Breughel. Where they have the. What is it? Yeah.
So then Juliet goes to his mother, right? What does he know? What does Juliet ask? There you go. There you go.
Good teamwork.
There you go.
Good stuff.
And then her mother says, put that in counting. That's after he lost his mother. Yeah. So it kind of happened at the same time.
Yep, just that, yep. So we go one, just go. One goes after the three.
After it crosses the line, Juliet goes in. Ask her to. Yes. That's the last one. So think about it this way, so Juliet goes to her dad, and her dad, goes off with, then she goes to her mom, right? Then she goes to the nurse, then she goes.
Instead, so
So after, yes.
instead of saying who had the card, let's say, what was that event? We can all just say that, right? We're at the point where now we can say,
Then she goes to.
what happened after?
The nurse is the one who probably was just married. And then the last one is she goes to.
We had it that morning.
Huh?
Or me, you had it.
Tybalt kills, revenge happens, right? Romeo kills.
That's
You didn't put the Romeo footage where you think that's the way Romeo. No,
yes.
Capulet tells Paris, right? They got married.
That's
married
all
to
one.
And then Romeo.
Romeo and
Wait, no, I did do it wrong.
Juliet had to part ways. He's got to escape.
You have it wrong. I did.
She goes, where does she
You
go?
didn't put the Romeo. Look at the lines. I know, I missed it. I missed it. How about just draw an arrow?
Hey, the fourth day of the week. Give yourself a reference. Thursday.
CC? See, wasn't yours where the future, right? Danny, what did you say? Huh? What did yours say? Yeah.
Okay, what are the other options? What do you got? So the last one we had, right? What was the last, very last thing?
Wait, is that?
So we're talking about Juliet felt she couldn't. How do you remember?
That's it. She said, you said 8. Then Romeo.
Remember the side one? Brings out
Romeo. And then Romeo has the fire.
That's your last
TJ,
one.
I don't think,
Put the last one
yeah,
down.
he
You got
didn't
one.
start, he had,
Put the last one down, you'll know what.
No, I'm
that
saying
is.
that.
okay, he went to his meeting
One year.
yesterday.
That makes sense.
This is over at.
How we doing, everybody? Getting close?
You still have mine is Capulet becomes angry.
Okay, next one, man. There's 8. There's 10 boxes on that sheet. There's 8 that you identified. So if you put the 8th one down, there you go. Put the 8th one down, and you'll know. That's the information.
The story has been entirely. It's different. There's just a few questions.
Let me give you advice. So if you come in next class period and you actually have a good mindset of, hey, I'm not learning this out, and you pay attention while reading, you read along with it, you're probably gonna have, like, a more efficient answer that. We choose our attitude, we choose our effort, right?
I thought no. But it's still. Did the Romeo has the part ways. That one goes there. The Romeo.
Who's ready to,
Part ways.
what do you think? Go back to your deal, look at your.
Yeah, we should.
What do you think? Your timeline, you put your name on that, what do you remember from the reading today?
Yeah, this.
Who's ready to give us their, okay, what do you got, what's our timeline? Tibble kills the Crucial. Yeah, obviously, that's right. Okay. Good, revenge. Hey, you can, say it again.
The prince vanishes, Romeo comes around.
Third in a timeline, good.
Romeo has a part with Juliet, and then the Catholic says she will marry him. Mary Harris on
Thursday, good.
Catholic comes out, but she says she will marry him.
Nightingale.
And then Lady Capulet refuses to delay the marriage. And Juliet goes to early on, she said,
Good job, excellent. Now you get to show us, put a symbol drawing in that box that's gonna help you remember. Tell me what that event timeline is. So we can do timeline, just as we did on board, right? What do they call that? What do we call it? Map? Timeline?
I remember the name that I wanted, but I don't remember the name.
Oh, come on. Somebody in this group's gonna get it. What we're calling them. You guys put down those boxes, the artwork. Are any main characters making any mistakes that are going to lead to tragic events? This act? Huh? Good. Are any of these characters making some mistakes and choices that could lead to some tragedy? More tragedy? Remember something, pirate victory or whatever? Remember the pirate victory? What's a pirate victory? A victory where you lose a lot, right? Maybe the Civil War was an example. Anybody have come from?
Leo's white.
Drawing, right? All right, yeah.
Thou is like you. Thou means you. This is when you just stop. Just a second. That he was
Sugar free? You like sugar? You love sugar? All things in moderation.
Dram, D-R-A-M, dram.
That's good. I like it. Okay. That's a six. Fingers up.
Which one did you start? Oh, I was looking at six.
It's like a Sunday cartoon next to it. We should, Sunday after church, we go get that Sunday cartoons, read paper. Oh, right, read them before church. You guys you get a physical paper still, or do you do it on your computer?
When I was good at my grandpa, was like, you have like,
It's a big deal. Sunday paper is a big deal. I kind of miss that. That was a memory. You have to house. Stuff you might always do. That sounds like a great. That sounds like my football stuff. Probably not. Probably have to use some conditioner in order to do that, right? Or have some misprint, sometimes the misprints might be. That's feel good, our timeline. Strong mind, you can do that for the entire, like up in the acts, scenes. All right, here's my timeline. Tybalt kills Mercutio, Romeo kills Tybalt, the prince banishes Romeo from Verona, right? Romeo and Juliet have to part ways so that he can escape, right, to Mantua. Capulet tells Paris that Juliet will marry on when? Thursday? Good. Capulet becomes, sorry, what did Capulet become? Angry, right? Because he says that she will marry Paris. What did Lady Capulet do? Refused to delay, even delay the marriage, right? Would be getting married. And then last but not least, Juliet felt alone, had nobody to talk to, so she sought out. My timeline good? You guys like that? Chris, like that? That's good. Good. Fine.
Really?
All right, here's our, I'll feel good about our timeline, get back to our reading guide. Good.
Millie, what did you do yesterday?
Here. Yeah. That's it.
Let's work on this one. And then I can always-
Elizabeth? Celia?
Yeah,
You gonna do the
Clever, Here, this one.
Did we stop at, number 18? Or did we do back to this week?
The sheet that's from yesterday, you need to do all of them.
And there's right. What does Romeo want? There's, sir. That's the, speaking stuff, Juliet. There you go. Sure. Right, you want to know how. That means, what's going on, Juliet? Tell me about that, right? That's okay. Rena, here's. Anybody else done with their name on it? Anybody else done? Chris, you done? You done it? Good job. Good job. Thank you. Good job. Look at that. Better than me, but I can draw circles and make the center square, you know. Draw a lot of colors. How everything's all easy over in my puddle. You guys take your time.
Says, thank you. This is great. This is where. That's what we read today. That's what we read today. The friar, his plan is starts right here. Go to your girl and go to your two and wait till it all comes. No, sir.
You guys like the
I have one.
bathroom? Do it. Why not? But I mean, it's nice to have them. Obviously, you can see. Chris is all going together all the time. I would. 5 minutes usually. No big deal.
Have you displeased my property to make confession? Is she really going to confession?
You get done? In your book? Oh, you let me. Good look at that. You could read.
I'm just gonna get back home.
Yeah, I get it. It's a sad. Man, boy. I'm in trouble. Hey, what's your they kind of playing the next to cheese. I would control over the decisions. If Romeo didn't get advanced, I had to take him back and what happened in the story. First thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why would he, was he saying that? What's going on at that time? Just say, okay, that's exactly, God, do it really good. This is exactly why he was saying, emphasis, right? First time you said it? There you go. Good job. Here you go.
Oh my God.
I was.
Five. Good job, Liz. Good job, Liz. At least you're trying to get for good one. I mean, seriously. When you get it, just when you sign in, you make it. How you shake some wood.
Your flag is cursed. Right? The curse of death. Why? Why would it hurt me? He was looking forward to going to show somebody what he was doing. Right? That would be. First, you see how we showed the wrong way, right? You guys done with me some money? Highly disappointed. Hey, she's got to remember it. We're trying to help her memory. Frisco G5, okay? Our first and 10 goal. Frisco G5. Our third and short goal, okay? Strong to G5. You know why I remember that stuff? I just gave you 2 footballs. First and 10 goal, and base first and 10 goal, first 21 first goal, and our base third and short. It's from 20 years ago, and I still remember it. Lived it, loved it. All of it. Passion, I read it, followed it. Oh, they're actually letting you out in the hall straight? Oh boy.
Yes?
Oh boy.
And that's fine. And so we had to take it off. The guy walked in, I didn't pull my phone, it was right there. So I had to wait till everything went off. Then